Yo, people, don't know the thing got about this podcast and I realize we're not it, but not chat, right?
What's up, people? Welcome to the Yaad&Abroad podcast, the baddest podcast in the world.
Yeah.
Hola.
Yeah, people, we're there again for another week. You see me, I say? I'm just to announce today, episode the 99th episode of Yaad&Abroad podcast. And we have a special episode for y'all. We have a returning guest and we have a new guest.
Yeah.
You get me, I say? So they know the thing go. And
I'm
we're
a Kiki in on you.
yeah.
No. I've been
Kiki been
I
on
mean,
you before.
technically,
Oh man, both of them been here.
Both of them kind of new still enough for the new setup.
Oh, okay, all right.
Everett.
yeah.
Plus we have background and we have
Yeah.
you know what I mean Zoom and all them thing there. Yeah.
So these are what you call the foundation guests then, because them
Yes.
learn from the beginning, the
Right.
genesis at times, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like from when Elder born and everything.
No, man. The elder one thing missing before Genesis, brother.
Like I thought,
Elder right Genesis, you know.
yes.
But before we
Yeah,
get another thing, yo, the man them stay, check in. Just
Good
check.
enough.
Oh, you stay. I could just ask you first. Oh, you stay.
You know some good brother. Yeah, I'm good.
You good?
Work for some things as we announced 2 weeks ago, and it a progress slowly, but it'll look good. So give thanks to that. Give thanks to life, and
Sure.
just I look forward to a fun episode tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People, I'm still wanting to give me a review upon the story time. The two story time that will drop. You see me? Me drop one, Elder drop one.
Me drop one.
Someone we still away from someone.
We're still away for such one.
Yeah. You get me? I say people make sure
It's in the pipeline, you know.
Make sure to subscribe to the different platforms that are to listen to the podcast. You get me? I say get updates, get follow-ups, all of them things there. You see me? And who no subscribe to the YouTube channel, go subscribe, like, share. You know what I mean? Tell a friend for tell a friend. Yaad&Abroad podcast, Baddest podcast.
He's the one.
You know what I mean? I'm say the Baddest podcast, I claim over every podcast. I'm not talking just Jamaican podcast, but the Baddest podcast.
Just like that.
Yeah. I'm think say, well, no. Other podcasts have more episodes than we, but you know the thing go. You get me I say?
We are Bill.
Everett, oh you stay.
Yo, me alright, you know.
New shirt. Sorry.
Nah.
Blur that out.
Well, I was alright at the end of the whole.
Yeah.
Under construction, Virgin.
Yeah.
Under construction.
Yeah. Well, as a shirt, so we're under construction.
Yeah.
So we always at work for ourselves, you know. Because one of the things we are promote is the growth, you know, and things. So definitely, but me alright, bro. Another week, you know my style. We're there. We drop these gems, and it's a pleasure being here. Winter comes, so to get there now, you know. I think it's here now. Last time we spoke, it was getting. Yeah, kind of there now. So me and Neely must have feel it because we're outside.
I don't know what that thing there, brother.
No, you're not outside.
I don't feel it in the brother. I don't know what you're talking
You don't feel it.
I
We
don't
feel
know
it,
what
bro.
are you talking about? I don't know what you're
What
talking
are you feeling, Neely?
The weather, bro. The coldness.
The cool. Okay, we just have make sure. Make sure.
I don't know what this guy's talking
Yo,
about.
with the Y button there over this.
Right.
Why?
But everything good as we said we're there, and we're here another week to drop these gems, and likewise Elder, very excited about this episode. So we'll get into it when we get into it. But before we do, we're gonna skip Neely. We're gonna ask. No,
Yeah.
no, more ask it Neely.
Yeah, I have ladies there before me still.
Yeah, man. We're gonna ask.
It's fine.
We're gonna start the lady be sat in it.
I'm used to you guys not asking me if I'm doing.
We are going with Kiki and Neely because we want to introduce Diana last.
Yeah, man, that's all right.
Right.
I know what. If mine sharp, we just go with Kiki, then NYANDAH.
Must want me turn off the recording.
Oh, yes, Kiki.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just staying busy, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a new manager at the job that I'm at now, and then I'm doing my thing with the business on the side. So yeah, just staying busy.
Brother, I
That's
want to
good.
hear the applaud, the applaud. I want to see you press
Good.
the
Yes.
button.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Yeah, love that, love
You
that.
know, I
Love
told him he gotta label these things, man.
that. And just before we jump in, just a quick snippet of what the business is.
Yeah, plug it.
Your business.
Yeah, plug your business.
It's Kiki's Creations. I'm basically a crafter. That's like the easiest word that I can use for it. I make all kinds of stuff. Right now, I'm working on ornaments, Christmas stuff coming up. I do T-shirts. I've
Candles.
done, huh?
You know, candles. The labeling for candles, I think.
No, I haven't done any candles.
Oh,
I
okay.
can. I can.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Recently I've done a mouse pad, so
Okay.
that was like one of the newer things for me. So I just love the stuff people come up with. I find some kind of way to do it. I've created a bunch of names on a basketball before, and it was put in like a plaque and presented to a coach. So that was like
That's nice.
that was probably like my most recent thing that I was just really,
Make
really
your son get
proud
rich.
of. Yeah.
People, you can ship all over the country right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Make
If
your son
somebody
get rich.
want to reach out to you, definitely.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Me
can
have,
ship.
me have something I put my logo on, so embroidery plus print. So we have to
Okay.
connect after this.
All right, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, much respect. Nearly.
Well done.
Make
How
your
you doing,
Yeah,
son,
sir?
bro. Just hurry up and tell you.
make your son get rich so make him be a stay-at-home dad.
All right, thank you, Nearly.
Great.
Let's introduce that.
Wait, what'd you say?
right. Yeah. I stay, brother.
But good money, you see me I say? You know, there. Just touch off for the slave and thing, you know.
Yeah.
Christmas time I come around, so you know, see enough money I spend. Birthdays and
Jesus.
you know what I mean?
Man,
Yeah,
of them fall at
Thanksgiving
the
and all
same
them
time.
thing there. You see me back to back, you know?
Yeah.
Wifey anniversary, birthday, you know what I mean? Christmas, birthday again. You see me I say New
We have
Year's.
some lineup too, so I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You get me I say, but
Time of the
overall, man,
year. The festive time of the year.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I'm a good man, you know? Like me always say. You know what I mean? Once me have life, I'm good. Everything else
Definitely.
minor. You see me I say?
Right.
So, but
All
yeah.
right, all right. So let me introduce my friend,
Yeah.
my one of my biggest supporters when it comes to just following my dreams and mentor, mentee, um, friend from high school days. So you don't know, so she younger than me, so she not as
That
ugly
obvious
as
elder.
Right.
Everybody younger than you,
she
bro.
not
Right.
dinosaur.
You
Everybody
know where
else
my try
younger than
pull off. But she
Right?
younger than me.
Yeah.
Everybody younger than you, bro.
Go and
You know that, bro.
introduce Nyanda from the Harvester, who is a we are gonna make she talk more about what she do and just
Yeah. And you guys
before we
have
go into the
heard
question.
you
Yeah?
guys have heard her our ad playing to our podcast over previous episodes too. So
Yeah.
you know what I
She's
mean, if you're a frequent listener, you will definitely hear her ad playing to the podcast for sure.
Ananda was a guest before, but she's back now because she make some transition. But go ahead and reintroduce yourself, Nyanda, and let's get into it.
So let me reintroduce myself. I'm Nyanda Robinson, founder and owner of the Harvesters LLC. As you see, my slogan here is cultivating your finance, but I do more than just cultivating your finance. I help businesses and individuals to get their financial life intact. I do bookkeeping, tax preparation services, business consultation, anything just to get you in line with your finances. I do it.
And she also do business coaching because yeah, she dep on my case. She dep on my case.
Yeah, so for all no for no where can manage no money no need to reach out and who
Yeah,
need
she set up budgets.
assistance. You know what I
And
mean?
She
Assistance.
set up
mean-
she help people with budgets,
Yeah.
have templates for plug in your information, which are what we are work on. we're not in the same state, and she had done my taxes for what, at least 6, 7 years.
We are one of my first clients from I
Yeah,
started in
yeah,
2015.
yeah. So we're not in the same state, so I'm gonna send the paperwork to her.
Yeah.
And after she fuss at me about 10 times, I'm gonna send things piece a piece. We'll finally
Yeah,
get
can't have
everything to her. And
can't
she
have
deal with
Grams
it.
that do him them thing them taxes in the cars, you know.
Yeah,
Old
no, no,
people
she
But
always
him not
you
familiar
know?
with half of the tax that we have now because them new. So
Old people always I forget things, you know what I mean? So
no,
need
forget
somebody
things. It's
young.
that when I implement the systems that she put in place. So she
Uh,
have to fuss at me. So she have systems where if we
yeah.
do it,
I see him
work.
I see him have to deal with my grandmother too, but you understand?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So that are things where me I work
the
on.
age group.
When me actually like a fly her in to come help me set it up, sit down and
yeah.
fuss at me to set it up so we can get it done.
So
You
so
okay.
Nyanda, you work primarily with businesses or you do I know you do yes you do elders stuff as well, but is it because you know him or you actually do individual?
No, I do individuals
Okay.
and businesses.
Okay, okay, okay.
Definitely.
But we are work
And
on scaling. We are work
if I
on scaling. So
mhm.
uno get in individually right now. Need to get in quick because we are scaled to the next level because we have big goals to achieve 2022.
Well, you keep
All
on I say
right.
we.
Yeah,
You keep on
Because
I'm picking up on that too.
mentor,
Ah.
mentee.
Well, I guess them work together.
Yeah,
Them have some
okay,
form of
okay,
yeah. We
okay,
have
okay, okay.
business
we
relationship
support. We
together.
provide support for each other. Them way
Okay.
to so. Yeah.
I
No,
get
it's not.
Elder
No.
look free promotion.
no, me that try. You know what? Forget it.
Yeah, I'm
um,
trying.
Forget it.
I have to watch your boy. I don't know.
Forget it.
and
Forget
if
it.
I'm not mistaken, I remember served me correctly. You have a wealth of experience working in corporate, right?
Yes, I do.
I think
Yes,
you did
yes.
mention because I listened to that episode and I think you had mentioned working at some big job before. And, yeah,
Stanley Black and Decker.
yes, that's what you
That
had
me I
said.
got asked and now for
All right.
transition because then I'm just want to give a recap of that transition from Stanley to Harvester and now where you are. So just give a quick recap and then we can get into the new transition we just made.
Okay, all right, no problem. So as on on the previous podcast, I spoke about me migrating to the US, and my first job was at Stanley Black and Decker. In particular, Stanley Access Technologies, which is a division of Stanley Black and Decker, they manufacture automatic doors. So the doors that you see at Walmart, CVS, some hotels, hospitals, those are manufactured by Stanley Access Technologies. I started as a credit analyst and moved up to a financial planning analyst. I spent 7 years there and I felt like I was not, fulfilling my purpose. Like I had more in me to give, but more so to my community, to people that look like me or from where I'm from. And so I really wanted to help. And I, made the decision to start my own business. It took about a year for me to really put the name together and put everything together and just make this big jump. I resigned my job and went full force in starting doing my business. It was a long, hard, grueling road. I remember at one point I was shoveling snow and I was like literally crying. And it's like the voice was saying to me, look at what you have done so far. You want to give up now? Because at one point I was going to go back to a 9 to 5. And that was then the revelation came to me that I cannot give up now. I have to continue the journey, even though it's rough, even though it's hard, even though it's days when there's no light and no heat. I had to stay course. And I did. And now I've
Hold on,
seen,
Nayanda. So you mean no light and no heat in America?
yes, like 10 degrees
So-
below zero, no heat.
Okay, okay.
told
We
us
just
Yeah.
a check. We just a check because some people still will come off foreign and think say, yo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we not
Yeah.
experience them thing that some of us want you to be clear. So go ahead.
And I
Yes,
mean,
yes,
she did tell
yes.
the story. She did tell the story. Sorry, she did tell the story. The last time, well, the first time she was here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which was the last time she was here.
But for the people that will never listen to that episode there, we just recap. So yeah, go ahead.
And then I know that COVID-19 was devastating for the vast majority. But for me, that was when everything bloomed. That was when I start reaping my harvest for everything that I've done up to that point. And right now I'm on another journey. I felt like, okay, now is the time to make a move. I need a new environment. And for me, I'm a risk taker. Although I make calculated risk, but one thing my mother always said to me, America have 50 states. You don't have to stay in one state. So I always have that in the back of my mind. And I've made the transition now to a new state to continue to fulfill my purpose.
Okay. And which state are you located right now?
I'm now in Georgia.
Okay.
All right.
ATL.
Because in a pre-recording, someone talk about Atlanta, you know. And
It's 55 minutes out of Atlanta.
yeah, and
My apologies.
that are my gripe because whenever people hear about Georgia, people they are Georgia. First them say, "Oh, yeah, they are Atlanta." No,
You
That's
just
when,
say
that's
ATL.
just when people say. That's when people say you come from Jamaica. You say Kingston.
right,
Everybody come from
right.
Kingston.
Everybody come from Kingston.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You get me?
So
So
I
So
live in a town called Peachtree City.
yeah. So tell about this transition with the business. How has things changed?
yeah,
How things different? How have you expanded?
because you
Tell
you were coming from the East Coast, so no, you're the South. It ain't a
So
sudden.
the great thing is that COVID-19 opened so many opportunities for people. And it really demonstrated that you don't have to be in a brick and mortar business
Mhm.
to do business. And with the type of business that I do, I definitely don't need to be in a brick and mortar business.
Yeah,
As you can see, I've been doing Nicholas's taxes and stuff from when I was in Connecticut. Nothing has changed. So I can still provide the same exemplary service. Now that we have this video calling thing, we can still be intimate with clients, and you can still get your work done.
yeah. But for people like him, you know, see, you have to be in front and get everything done the right way.
And that's why me I fly her up,
You know what I'm
Reggie.
saying? Yeah. But I mean, and
Yeah.
stick a pin in Nyanda. The fact say it funny how COVID-19 people might look upon it as yo are the worst year that in my life or worst year that me ever see or whatever. But like I said, it opened up so much doors for other people. Around the same time, Key decided say yo, she take on,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, for your journey also as a business owner. And a lot of Americans, you know what I mean, around that time decided say, you know what, I work for no CEO and nothing. I become my own CEO, you know. You get me? I say and take on the road same way. You see me? Which was really, I mean, me have to applaud all of the people who decided to do that because around that
Yeah.
time, you know, everybody are flatter. Everybody are try to figure out what the next move, and it so happened that's a whole heap of millionaire come out of that whole time that was surprises and
Yeah.
my son. You get me? So
Yeah, definitely
yeah.
put us in a fight or flight type
yeah.
of situation. So
I
most people
really
like
think that in all um when I put things in perspective, if people should really sit back and take stock of what transpired in COVID-19, yes, we have deaths and stuff like that. But it was a time for us to be quiet and to be still and to look what really matters and to put our energies and effort into things that really mattered. And I feel like at the end of the day, we all won in some way, shape, and form, irrespective of the losses that came with it, because life is like that. The Bible tells us there's a time to weep, there's a time to laugh, there's a time for everything. So there was a time under the sun that we had to sit still, and then the people that made the most of it just made the most of it.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is a lot of people with the especially with the COVID situation. So we have two things. The 2020, it go back to vision. COVID help us to have a clearer vision of what our life look like. Because somehow we never realize say, yo, we're one paycheck away from bankruptcy or from poverty. Because we had those. And when the doors close, we'd have to look back and pull our belt. Because we'd have take things for granted. And that for somehow we give you a clearer vision, 2020 vision of what our life look like.
Yeah.
And that was big for me. And then also people serious about life always find solutions for the problem. Most always say problems, some always say solutions. All right. Realize say, yo, them can shut me down anytime. When I create a business to go and build. I see say people now go in a stores, I create the product what them need, so I can sell it.
Yeah.
They say people can't come in a brick and mortar and me waste money on that. When I create a concierge service so me can provide services and go meet them, and may I tell you, 2020 for me and 2021 has been amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. So, how long can you say you have been in Georgia, Nyanda? And
1 month.
you just land, man. You just reach, man.
Yeah.
You just reach. But what me can say though for you, I mean, just like the East Coast, you have a whole heap of Jamaicans, people from the Caribbean down on the side. As a man say, we can relate. And
I wish I should have.
well, she not that far out, and as funny as it might seem, whole heap of people them now want to live on the outskirts.
Yeah.
They don't want to live in Atlanta. They want cause it's cheap up on the outskirts
She
and
put the flag on her car, she got so much Jamaican she attract.
yeah.
No, but the funniest thing is it's really not the case because when I look at like Walmart,
Uh-huh.
Walmart don't even have tough crackers.
Oh yeah? Oh, you didn't
Yes.
push then, man.
We not our Walmart now have tough crackers either.
Yeah, but with
The,
the over here, so with the Midwest.
Yeah.
the supermarket don't have not have to drive like 25 minutes to get some tough crackers.
Oh yeah, live like we over here, so then.
Yeah, live like we.
I think you stay in Connecticut.
No, you listen, guys. I'm gonna brag about where I live right now, right?
All right, go ahead.
This place have a whole golf cart road system.
Yeah.
Okay.
So people drive golf carts to work, to the restaurant, to drop their kids to school. So you really don't need a car living here.
Okay. So yeah, get
And
a
everything is like within walking distance, like everything.
AKA, I
Gated
tell you, say,
community.
yeah, get a golf cart.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
So
Soon.
Nana,
Nice.
what's one of the biggest challenge you had to overcome transitioning
So far that
to Georgia?
I would say the biggest challenge is that, and that's gonna delve us back into that topic, is that it's me alone and I do everything myself.
And for some context, which I just said that topic, meaning the topic we are going to dive in after she done do the whole, you know what I mean, research and everything.
Yeah.
That's the topic.
Yes, I do everything myself. So I had to drive here a couple times by myself.
How
and
long
that's
is the
like
drive?
an 18-hour drive. 18 hours.
One way.
I had to move stuff in the apartment by myself. I had to fit up stuff. So I think that's the most challenging part of it.
Having to do it by yourself.
Maybe she's
Yes.
not the best person for the topic then because she got too straight.
No. I'm feel
No,
like,
man, no, man, but
yeah, no, we
no,
get
but
it.
kudos
We get
though,
it.
because as simple as I take it, as simple as I look at that, like the whole transition from state is a big move, and it's a lot, So
only for talk about, man.
having to do that kind of thing, thumbs up to you, girl.
She have only for talk about, because she start talk about it and me I say, no, hold on, wait. Keep it podcast.
You know, like, but my happy so she give me a little perspective of where she
Yeah.
have in mind so me can,
Yeah.
channel on me episode.
Yeah.
You know who me I deal with.
Yeah, but it's a good look, man. You get me? I say. I
No, but that's
mean,
good though.
yeah. When you say the fuck say you just decide say yo, you're gonna make the transition. Yeah, move from state to state and develop your business, develop your clientele. You get me? I say and get to the do. It kind of, in a sense, it kind of feel when my decision for come to the states. Of course, we don't want to come a foreign and thing, but it was just picking up myself coming to a state where I never really hear about. The first time I hear about it, I actually do a Google search on it. And of course, every time people ask me where's Missouri or where's St. Louis, I tell them say the state where Nelly come from. You see me I say country grammar. And I mean, that's the only way enough people know about Missouri. Like you tell them say this a Nelly come from, the artist. You get me? So I pick up myself and I come here so all of my people end up on the East Coast, some there down south, down in Florida. And I decide, yo, alright, cool, whatever. You see me I say, come here. Of course I go through what I need to go through. Go away, come back, still there again. You get me I say? So I have to applaud you man for making you know say yo, alright,
Definitely.
hold it.
And
Go under
the
the key.
funniest thing about it is that I don't know anyone here.
Yeah.
My clients, a client I had over the years,
Mhm.
I met her once.
Mhm.
And the second time I saw her in person was when I came here to see the area for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And when I spent the 2 weeks, I rented my apartment before I went back to Connecticut. So that's when I tell you about just making a decision and just moving with the flow. That's me.
I know you like the house
But
over there though.
but
you like the house.
importantly though, what is it nearly?
No, may I ask Nanda how she like the housing compared to in a Connecticut. More space. Bigger
There's no
house.
comparison. I'm in paradise.
Yeah, less money a pay and all them thing, have a bigger space and them thing there.
Listen, I don't even have to take out my trash anymore. I leave it at my door.
Yeah.
I help.
If I live a foreign already alive, I come live a foreign. I want to tell you, I phone. Yeah, man. You see me?
Yes, I just put the trash up at the door and somebody pick it up for me. That's the life.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I forgot. You know, I have experience. No.
Remind me, I need to carry out my one. Go put my dumpster in a trash can.
You know, I have experience no brutal winter again and them thing there, snow and them thing there. You get
Yeah.
me? Yeah. You will get the. Oh, sorry. You will get the the little
He
nice
ain't used
little
to
weather.
having a co-host, yo.
Yeah.
Person next to him, cause
No,
He's
he's not no
banging
space
this
though.
stereo.
I'm used to having a course.
When you
Just have a
when
cute
you are
one next
nearly-
to him.
Yeah, that's
When
what I
you man
mean.
nearly
like,
sit down, when you man
Stereo.
nearly
Yeah,
sit
yeah,
down.
comfortable
Like,
rub and leg and all of them things.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that
yeah,
when you over there. Yeah, man.
When me and Ella sit down, we make sure you sit down.
We make sure we sit
Fire,
up wide.
Yeah,
You sit down wide like that. The camera angle can't pick up the two of them.
yeah, you know. But yeah, man. I mean, yeah, man. Georgia, one of the places them where we actually, me and my family think about. You get me? I say
Yeah,
for this side of it, cause we go down there a couple. Well, me go down there. Well, she been going down there cause she have family down there and thing. You see me? And me go down there a couple times, and when I look upon the size of the house and thing, it kind of like Missouri in a sense where the cost of living and thing, but the weather different, of course. It's
Yeah.
right in between Missouri and, you know what I mean, if we decide to go to Florida, so we can come back to Missouri 8 hours, go to Florida 8 hours. You get me? I say so it's balance out.
Yeah.
You get me? I say, but yeah, man, Georgia the place, man. You know.
Yeah.
And you gotta get, them call it the Black Hollywood still, so yeah, yeah. Only public millionaires they are Georgia and them thing there, so you think I go flourish, man? Trust me.
So Nanda, how big is it
Definitely.
in Connecticut? You're still conducting business in Connecticut, or
So most of my clients are still in Connecticut, and I'm still providing service to them.
Yeah.
I will always brag about one of my clients is a part of my success story. a non-profit
You're not,
organization
you're
that
not
was
from
No, I know
brag
you.
over,
I know
man.
you shut
You're
up.
not-
I know you shut
Oh,
up.
no, me. Sorry, sir.
No.
Think of me, shall we
No.
brag about?
I know you shut
Elder
up.
so full of.
a non-profit client that I had started one of my first clients, and I tell you, this client, when he started, I was getting paid $125 a month, right? And you'll say that's roughly like $2,000, round off for the year.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at multiple thousands from this client. Build a portfolio of grants for 1.5 million over the 5 years.
I definitely
And
want you
so
shut up. But continue.
this client,
You know me.
this client is now in their second year of an external audit.
Yeah.
So that is how much this client has grown exponentially for the years that he has been with me from scratch.
So
And
essentially,
so
Mhm.
I have to go there at least once a month just to be in person for this client.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that
I mean,
shows the
whatever.
amount of work that you've put in, and as I say, it's a matter of time. Like you never start to reap the rewards the same time.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely not.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. You have to just keep your head up and just hold on the steering, man. You know.
So,
Yeah.
so
And I
go ahead.
also hope that anyone who's listening, similar situation, you have a personal business, as Nyanda had mentioned that she had her stuff pre-COVID, but it never really start for like bear fruits until COVID. And though that was a year of its own, but the reality is, I guess she was able to scale her business to be also be flexible because enough business actually went down through COVID. Enough small businesses went down through COVID. So the fact that she was able to scale her business and then now with the transition to a different state and still be able to offer services, scalability is the key. So think about that, anybody out there, and definitely reach out to her if needs be. We'll have her information in there. But it just shows that even through the adversity, she was able to overcome.
Yeah.
And that's really commendable.
And
Yeah.
I
Moving.
think too, go ahead.
No, go on, man. Go on.
I think too, people are now becoming more Black conscious. And so people specifically Google Black accountant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it is a white person that wants to support minority.
Yeah.
And people will Google Black accountant. Most of the times they will say that they see my information pops up.
Yeah.
And whether it is that they like the reviews that I've received or they just like the name of the company. And that's how I've gotten new businesses as well through this rough time, because people have become so much more Black conscious.
Yeah. So here what she has said, people, the harvesters. You get me, I say? And what's the slogan? Cultivating your
Finance.
okay. Hear that? So we know say people always say money are the root of all evil, but at the same time, people need money for maneuver through this world. You see me, I say? So you have to have a good sense of finance, and if you don't, and you're willing to learn, you just reach out to NYANDAH.
and it's not money at the root of all evil, it's the love of money.
People.
I mean, that's what them say.
Another money
You
and
see
the
me, I
people.
say? You get me?
But
Yeah.
just want to add something. When Nyanda says she's a risk taker,
Yeah.
really understand what she mean, because she one of the people that will motivate me to step out for certain things. Because when we see when we link up back up here and she work for Black and Decker Sunday, and I go what Egypt, no Dubai.
Dubai, yeah.
I go Dubai for the company. I go meet and I make and I do business. And for say she step out from what is considered a secure job.
Right.
We have pay her decent money for step out on our own to the point where she make only one client pay her $120 something a month.
Buy gas with me.
You understand? Plus she have our family to take care of kids and to take care of her responsibilities.
And
for see what she did to the point now is a motivator for me.
Word.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And at the
So,
same thing,
But also,
side
sorry,
block.
Neely, but also don't take it lightly. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
The fears you put through and planning. And I want to highlight that because certainly we understand, the business world, risk is necessary. And just generally speaking, higher the risk, the greater the rewards. We know that. But we have to make sure we try to be as intentional as possible.
yeah.
Yes.
NC going, brother.
Because
Yeah, I'm over here like a sponge, to be
really,
honest.
all right, bro. You're nervous?
Go ahead,
Kiki,
Kiki.
you
Go ahead.
guys, you know.
At the
Go
same,
ahead, Kiki.
but I same thing. When me that tap in say, at the
That's what I was
same
about to
thing,
say. Yeah.
at the same thing, like the same thing where we say, oh, all right, cool. Me, I work for the company for so much years. I see
Yeah.
with Key.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm over here like a sponge right now, and you're actually giving me like motivation, I guess is the right word to use to keep going because I
Yeah.
was in a similar situation.
Yeah.
7 years at a company, comfortable. Really, I guess is the best word. I was comfortable making good money. Had insurance. I knew that job was there. You know what I mean? And even when COVID-19 hit, and we had to scale down on the amount of people in the business, like I had secured my spot per se because I was the only one who knew how to do like the embroidery part of the business. So I really like, you know what I mean? Like just having that and then just going from that and being like, yo, nah, it's about time for me to do this on my own. You know what I'm saying? And I just emailed my boss and was like, yeah, yo, and it just kind of been going
You also
from there,
resigned
you know what I mean?
fully then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you're not
Resigned,
even.
resigned fully. It was like I was starting to get ready for that, and of course, COVID-19, we didn't expect it, but the year that February in 2019, I had started to purchase all of the things that I have now in my business. My crickets, my heat press, all the vinyls, and just all the different stuff that I needed. I started to purchase all of that stuff in preparation for leaving. I always intended on leaving. Not yes, exactly. It was just the timing was different. So yeah, COVID-19 hit, and I had told myself February I had bought all my stuff. I told myself I had until June I was gonna get out of there. COVID-19 hit that year, so of course I stayed another, yearish or whatever there, just because I wasn't sure what all COVID-19 was bringing. But then, after that year, I was like, yeah, no, it's time to
Hey,
go.
I'm gonna stop you, Kiki, real quick. We need to do a commercial break, but I'm gonna come right back. So let's take a break because we definitely want to hear more about that transition there. All right, Neely?
All right. We're gonna do
All
that.
right.
We're gonna do that.
All right,
See
cool.
me? So people, we are checking back, you know what I mean?
See you right back.
Millennial session fear.
Yo, people. Yeah, man, talk the things there, man. Yo, people. So there again, you see what I'm saying?
Nearly
Of course.
elder baby boomer.
uh, of course, you know.
Listen. You're gonna find out what the term for this abuse because this is bullying. This
No,
is
you never find out.
this is
Bullying.
other people abuse.
Bullying. Another thing you call it in your days.
Ageist.
We used to call it in your days.
They're ages.
Ages, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Ages? No, we
Yeah,
can't be
yeah.
like. He is a baby boomer though. Like, if you collect all the security normal about start business.
Trouble in the elder. Don't
You
know.
alright?
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Well,
So,
we can-
job
anyway,
done first.
yeah, man, we just come back from commercial. So Kiki, sorry for cut you a while ago, because you just get into it and
Yeah.
transition. So talk to it as you start
Yeah.
get complacent in the job, and what was it that led you to say, yo, I need to step out and do this?
Yeah. So basically, I guess I would say it had been, definitely some thought behind it that I was going to step into my own thing eventually. Of course, the timing was off, so I never knew when the timing was actually going to, you know what I mean, like when it was going to actually happen. But I basically just, I don't know. It was a few things that the man I was working for, it was a few things that he did, you know, a lot of basically vacations that he took per se, and then I was always the person to step in and keep the show going. You know what I mean? And just seeing that, and just realizing, yeah, I was getting paid well, but there wasn't much that I was reaping. You know what I mean? From doing that, I was just busting my back, and I'd come home and he's got to hear about it, you know, every day to a point where he's getting tired of hearing about it. You know what I mean? I'm getting tired of saying it. So, like, something's got to give. And essentially, you know, the straw that broke the camel's back, as they say, when O'Neal had caught COVID.
Who that? O'Neal, sir. Continue. O'Neal.
When he caught COVID, you know, I didn't catch it, but I had to, of course, quarantine because we live in the house together. And when it came down to the pay from it, you know, he tried to come with some kind of excuse like, we ran out of funds and I haven't had to deal with this for a month and a half. You know, I need to reach out to somebody. I don't know what else to do, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, yo, I got real bills to pay, bro. Like, I don't have time for you to be playing around with my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got real bills over here.
Yeah.
So it was just like looking at that, and it was like, yeah, we need to get to a spot. We talk all the time about how we want to be, you know, set financially, the goals that we have, and all of those things. And it was basically, that was just like, to work for him for 7 years, that was just like a slap in the face. You know what I mean? Everything that I was doing to help build his company, all the clientele I brought in from the great job that I did and all of that kind of stuff, you know, it was just like, I have nothing to show for this at the end of the day, besides, you know, a couple coins in my savings because pay was well. But, you know, so it was just like, I was like, yeah, nah, I gotta go ahead and step out on faith, because I definitely had been praying about it a lot too. And I kept asking God, give me a sign, you know. I'm very much an overthinker, so I'm always just like, you know, I'm not going to take this step because my family, you know, financially we're set right now, so I don't want to put us in any spot where we have to depend on anybody else, or, you know, my kids are wanting for anything and all of that. You know what I mean? Like, yes, O'Neal's bringing in money, but we have this system of the amount that we're bringing in, what we can put towards savings, the different goals that we're trying to reach, and all that kind of stuff. So I think a lot of that was definitely stopping me from doing it. But in my prayers to
Because
Lord,
it was safe.
exactly, it was definitely a safety net. And my prayers to the Lord, and I kept asking him, like, give me a sign, and if that man didn't give me sign after sign after sign, and I was being disobedient, that last one was definitely the one where I was like,
See,
oh, okay.
the amount of signs, you know, get
Yeah.
shown, you know. But I
Sometimes
when
you
the
get
money,
sometimes
I
you get all a box cross here.
Yeah.
but when the money get play with now,
Yeah, that one stung.
you know what I mean? When the money get played, they say, but wait, the paycheck shot, I want one. You get me, I say? So.
And I mean, like, half my paycheck was, and I was like, yeah, no, I
So
can't.
before we make the transition, cause you bring up a point, I want to ask you a question about the transition. Next topic we are talking about. You say, because a lot of way, you bring up a key point. A lot of us, especially internationals who come here to America, we have met the money, but you say, I had nothing to show from it. You have some kinds in it, but what are some things where you have hope? Where you say, when you say nothing for show, what you have in mind, where you'd have hope that you'd get from this business to help you?
Well, honestly, I had even gotten to a point with him where, yes, it's his business, but in his business, in the embroidery department, he knew absolutely nothing about. So he had that as an aspect added to his business, but he knew how to turn the machines on. You know, that was about it. You know what I mean? So, in the way that I had grew to love doing embroidery and creating and things of that nature, like at his place of business, I actually was sitting down and writing a business plan for his embroidery department. Expansion wise, we need to get another machine. We need to get another two more people here with the clientele that's been brought in, like all of that. And then even talking if we need to look at it like a bonus, if you don't want to do, you know, like an hourly raise and we need to look at it as a bonus or whatever from there, like I was sitting down and I was doing all of that. So that's essentially what I meant by like not really having anything to show for it, because I'm the one keeping that part afloat. And it was definitely the way embroidery and screen print tied in together. Screen print was like his baby. That was the thing. He knew, you know, hands on. He knew every little aspect about it. When screen print slowed down, embroidery picked up. So essentially Christmas season, all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? So embroidery was keeping your company afloat when your screen print is slowing down. And I got it to a point where embroidery is now not only keeping your company afloat when your screen print is going down, but it is also your vacation fund. It is also your fund to you and your wife getting a brand new house. It is your fund for you and your wife getting brand new cars. You know what I mean? You're not like you're using the screen print to pay the bills, basically. And the embroidery is the extra. You know what I mean? So just looking at that and seeing basically how he was flourishing from that, because it is his business at the end of the day. I was like, I can definitely do this for myself, my family, and be on that same page. And I've had several people from his company basically say, when I am up and ready, like when I got the machines and all of that kind of stuff, they're ready. You know what I mean? So
because you didn't sign a no compete.
Right. Right.
So you did this, Elder. I like that.
Huh?
I saw what you did there. I like that.
No, you have a clause where, when you come out of that, if you sign that no,
you sign it, you're done, but
you can't get clients from
yeah, you can't operate in the same market or so forth.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but I appreciate you bringing up that, because lots of people might have listened and them not really, you know,
understand that.
And I want to make sure they're aware of that.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying like what you did there. So
for me, the transition is, Nyanda mentioned it earlier, when she moved to Georgia, never having, because of she alone. And then here you said, when you come in at even time, having Neil there for talk to, for hear, how is that support important to you? And then we are going to transition to Nyanda about not having that physical support there. And me can even venture upon that, but we know girls over there so have in-home lunchables. I mean, what time?
Everett you have lunchable over there. What can you have?
yo, me don't know what talk about. For him got girls, me just got laugh.
I like that. I like that. Keep on that. Can you do some hands I come down?
If you do that's what that goes.
Sardine lunchables.
Right, Ella, go ahead, bro.
Sardine and crackers.
Well, Kiki, go ahead and how important is having that support, having somebody there, not just having somebody there, but having somebody there that is supportive.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely very important. Like I said, a lot of me being able to, cheers.
Yeah.
No, but whenever I really say it was you was a support need, like that be children or having somebody there, that Elder says so easy.
Somebody,
bro. Easy, bro.
No, it's definitely he's the support.
He's all right. Yeah. You can't put it out. It's a woman's world. North America, we live in a.
Finish that.
But yeah, no, it's definitely very important. Him having that listening ear. He definitely had that, I can say, early on. he definitely had that until I got to the point where I was coming home and saying the same thing every day. And he's like, "Yo, I'm giving you advice. You know what I mean? Like there are things that I'm saying to you, and you're not heeding to them. I don't know what else to say. You know what I mean? Like I'm literally, you're saying the same thing and I'm saying the same thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, the support definitely early on was keeping me going back every day. But when I realized, you know, like, yeah, it's time. It's like he said, I'm saying the same thing. He's saying the same thing. It literally has to be a step that's taken at this point for something to change. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep complaining about the same thing over and over. So,
Yeah.
So,
And Nyanda, you talk. Go ahead.
hold on. May I say, prior to you asking her that question, one time she does state, say, yo, if this did happen or if that did happen, maybe should I still there around? You should get some kind of compensation in the sense of partnership. That'd be a different.
Yeah.
You get me? I say, cause no, me not just work for you, me I work for myself too. You get me? So
I can help the company expand.
yeah. So instead I just help the company and help your pocket build up, may I help the company, help your pocket build up, and at the same time, may I build up towards my future to help my pocket build up, my family.
Yeah.
Get me? As I set something in stone. So
And them say people value what them pay for. So if I am vested into something, then it make me want to get up every day and go out there more.
right.
exactly.
To push for it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as Elder said, Nyanda, so how was it? How was it like the transition from East Coast to South? You get me? I say, and like me know a couple of times, probably a day or two, even during the process, you probably want somebody to be like, yo, it alright. You probably did. You probably did have somebody where you be like, yo, it's alright. Do it, man. You don't have to worry about nothing. Just go through the process and everything will go alright. Zane, what was that like? Because you say you do it. You basically do it
For me,
by
for
yourself.
me, so for me,
Mhm.
I dream a lot.
Mhm.
I look at signs, and that's how I make my
Now,
moves.
Obia man, sorry. So that,
Yes.
Yo,
so that, oh Lord.
that works. You know?
Witchcraft, voodoo. Sorry.
But seriously
Sorry.
speaking, though,
Yeah.
I dream a lot. I look at signs. I don't take anything. Like the ant can give me a sign. The ant just crawl up on the table and it give me a sign.
Yeah.
And I work from that. So I really didn't have anybody to say, oh, do it, man, do it. It's just me in my head.
Yeah.
Like, this is where I need to be. And this is how I feel. And this is how the puzzle going to go together. And honestly, I've never really had like that. Somebody to say, oh, like she go home and cry to whomever. I will call Nicholas or call a couple of my friends and, blow off some steam or whatever. But for the most part, it's me just like making some decisions and living by whatever the result is. Like if I spread my bed, I'm willing to lay down in it. And that's just how I've always been. In terms of the moving transition, yes, there are days when I went home and I have to bring this this big box go up the stairs and like, me would I really want somebody to come help me. I don't have anybody. So, me just bawl and say, God, why you can't make me have somebody to help me? And then me just say, girl, get yourself together and just keep going ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you know,
That's how it goes.
yeah.
Still got to get done. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And for add to it, me can relate to it because sometimes I come around the man them during holiday and they are chill and see them in them, them couple, them
Yeah.
most of them in a relationship.
Well,
And me might be the youngest single one.
I think you know, say you have box to bring upstairs. You know,
No. But some days, it's nice to have an in-home female to help provide support for even raising my daughter. Cause I raise a teenage daughter by myself.
Yeah.
And some days it's tough. And I go out on presentations and go kill a presentation. And then come home, virgin.
Yeah.
And I'm me alone.
Yeah.
Sit down in front of a fireplace and watch
You
some
play
TV.
Akon song, eh?
So you
And-
know,
if me never, so when me say we earlier, when me a talk about Nyanda and I talk about we, me have to use my support system them.
Yeah.
So we call and support each other and encourage each other. If me never have some people with them mindset there, nah, tell them I would have thrown in the towel a long time. You understand? Some days more ball, some days me actually ball because it's tough. People feel say, yo, because Instagram them say he might
The
travel
mind
your
game.
son, the mind game or the this and
Motivational speech and
empowerment speaker and all of them things. If you listen to Les Brown say, yo, him a motivational speaker, and one day him just give a killing speech and then get a phone call right after him come off my stage and I'm woman tell him say she left him.
yeah.
And if I go back on stage, you gotta be positive.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to be positive and we are cheer on other people. And internally we are struggle with some things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who
And if we
motivates
not-
the motivator?
Exactly. And somebody called me today, right before the podcast, and jump right in. I say, yo, you know, we need some help with this, blah, blah, blah. I'm sit down there and she says, so after we done give her the guidance, she says, so how are you?
Yeah.
I say, you know, say my blood pressure high from morning and me have a headache."
Yeah.
So he never interrupt me and start me and say, yeah, but you jump on and your natural thing is to get your needs met and
Yeah.
not stop to check and say, yo, you're good or you stay, everything all right, cool. Sometimes I have some things to talk about and when the person we call to talk about it,
Them
they
want
might
talk
deal with
already.
something. Some of us
Mhm.
pull back and say, yo, let me provide that support.
Yeah.
Let me check in with them first.
Tuck your feelings to the side.
End up
Exactly.
suppress yours, get with them one, and yours not really get handled.
Me have some bridging, and me have to give Miguel ratings to this. Miguel's a man who me call and him we call me and I say, yo, you all right? And I say, I'm good, but what go on with you? And I say, yo, listen, that session here under my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that session here you, me I check on you. And we have to do that for a friend them and check in on them and make sure that them all right. And even for your partner in a relationship, if every time you jump to them and I say, yo, me have this problem, and them can't pour out, it gonna be tough.
Elder
That gonna be
preaching,
tough.
boy.
Yeah,
Elder,
man. I talk from
Hold on,
personal experience, man.
But Elder, you say something. You say something was stuck with me up to this point. Even though you say a lot after, you say you're not an in-house female.
Yeah. You know, some
Yeah,
also
yeah,
say,
yeah.
go attack. Go
Alright.
attack.
Foxy, you say that. So making
Yeah,
her bring
our
her
female.
in-house.
But me not have a situation like that where me have somebody where me can say me I bring in house.
Okay. All right.
So that I mean. That's
Alright.
what I mean. Like somebody where, you know, we're at that point where I say, yo, come move
Yeah.
in or we live together because me I raise a girl, so me can't just have anybody
Yeah.
Come on.
around her. Me have to make sure so them have certain leadership skills, certain command, certain level of respect because now you grow with that if it's such a very protective our space. Even with our grandmother, she protective of the space. You understand what I mean? I said, because of me and her alone, I got through this. People come and go, but she remain a constant for the past several years, for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's tough. Me have to make sure so whoever me bring into this circle as somebody we are going to command respect and deserve respect.
Yeah.
Enhance the dynamic and not necessarily take away
Exactly.
from it.
And then I add value to her.
Yes.
And she's a teenager, so you can't just come and if your meds not there, I may try my best to teach her consciousness. So if your meds not there, no, I can't allow you have your own, my daughter.
Yeah. So with the relationship conversation that we have right now,
Yeah.
get me and say, we are talking, we are jumping at the next topic.
Probably a good segue for you.
I see him.
It is a good segue.
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah, we like
Because-
our transition, you know? Like
I'll tell you why. Because so far we have two, so we're discussing the support system and having a significant other essential as a support system.
Yeah.
Because Kiki say are you, even though they are trying to answer the children, but she say are you. So yeah, support system. So obviously we understand So that in itself is very significant and stuff. So Elder, we can actually say the topic now.
Yeah, man. Set
Yeah,
it
yeah,
up,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
So along the lines of having that support system, have that significant other, actually geared towards the female. So I saw a post, it's a random post I saw scrolling through social media, and the post was that I think women take men back over and over again because they are afraid of being alone. And that's what I'm saying, it's kind of a good segue because we're talking about being alone, how you deal with that versus how you have a support system. Perfectly right now, we have two females and one is with their partner and the other did mention that throughout the transition and everything, it was you alone, right? So
Yeah.
I guess it's safe to assume, say, you're gonna be the person without the significant other.
You're right.
So I'm glad for that because I get two different perspectives coming from women. So again, first and foremost, let me start with NYANDAH. What's your take on the talk? Like, what's your opinion? Do you believe in it? Do you agree that women tend to do this? Just your opinion.
Have you ever
I,
done that?
I
All of that.
I definitely do agree with it because it takes a lot of grit and guts just to be there by yourself. Like who like I'm like a different kind of makeup out of a different thing where I have my toolbox. I have my level, I have my drill, I have my screwdriver.
You're prepared for always do this by yourself. Look.
like I have it, I have a measuring tape, I have everything. I will fit up any furniture by myself. So sometimes women feel like I need a man to do this. Who's gonna cut the grass? Who is gonna shovel the snow? Who's gonna do this? Or who is going to listen to me yapping off about what happened throughout the day? So yes, women tend to go back because that is their comfort zone. That is who they have become comfortable over the period of time. So irrespective of all the other things that's going on, I am still scared to go out to the unknown. At least I know this. So it takes a different level of courage to say, hey, you know what? I'm done. So you keep going back, hoping that things are going to be different. Things are going to be different because I'm really scared of facing all of this by myself.
So you think it's really based on fear, the fear of the unknown, the fear of tackling it alone, and as a result of that, you get this perpetual going back.
Yes.
Kiki, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna have to say I definitely agree with it. Some females definitely do that. Kind of on the same side of it though. I do have a support system here, but I am very much a woman who is like, if I can get it on my own, I can get it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's also though a learning experience in itself.
What that mean? So not seeking the support.
So it's basically not realizing for myself that I am not allowing him to support me. So basically, kind of living how I've lived up to this point and being married previously and having, two children.
I did my time too.
Yeah, two children in a previous marriage, and the way that marriage ended, and going off on my own. You know what I mean? To the point even now of how I left the last job that I was at. You know what I'm saying? Just like all those things. If I can get it, I can get it. I will be down here building stuff, and all. The only thing I need for. These bugs, y'all. When we get little bugs in the basement, I'm like, "Man, come get this."
Spiders and stuff. What I mean? The Terminator.
Yeah, but the rest of it, you know what I mean. Like if there's some means of getting it figured out, I will try to get it figured out. And a lot of it is from on my end, an aspect of I don't like to bug people or feel like I'm bothering people. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I guess an example, I asked him to hang some stuff up for me in the office space. You know what I mean? And it's like when I get ideas in my head, I want them done like now. You know? So it's like if he can't get to it right away, then I'm going to try to figure out how to do it because my brain is on go right now and I want it built up. I want it done so I can get to the next step, so I can get to the next step, so I can get to the next step. You know, so definitely stepping back. And when he says he has something, by him being the head of our household, when he says he has something, learning.
Oh, my bad, my bad. That's supposed to be the action inside.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to.
It look like I said, I trained you well.
No, I love it. I love it. Oh,
But
and it's
that's
not
good
even
though.
about head of household, but it's about communication and respecting the balance.
And being aware of your
Yeah.
partner and you know and stuff.
Right, definitely. So yeah, just learning from that. And it's still a learning process, y'all. It's definitely still a learning process because when you've been doing something for, you know, years upon years, you have developed a habit. So at this point right now, I am trying to break a habit. So I just ask him to keep, you know, bearing with me and all that good stuff. Like I'm gonna get there where I'm gonna be able to give it all to you totally. You know what I'm saying? But right now, y'all, like, I don't know. And I'm not stuck in, I guess, tradition or old school either, where I feel like the man needs to cut the grass and the woman needs to cook the food and take care of the household. You know what I mean? Take care of the inside of the house and things of that nature. So when I left the job that I was at, he was working. He was going to work 5-6 days a week. All right, I'm finna be outside cutting the grass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Girl, I cut the
we are a
grass
team.
and I shovel the snow.
Yeah. Yeah, we're a team. Like, if we need to get oil changed in the cars, I'm gonna take it up. I'm gonna go get it changed. You know what I mean? Like, all of that kind of stuff. We're a team. I don't feel like there should be gender roles per se in relationships. We both get it done.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I think though, why to women are more emotional beings.
Oh, definitely.
So all right, so, sorry, not to cut you, but I was gonna ask you. I'll let you finish, but I was gonna ask actually if you thought that women who tend to do this, would you consider them to be weak? Is it a weakness per se? And then they can
to go back.
Because
you
is it like a weak person or a weak woman?
I think
can answer that and they can go into what you were saying.
This is a sexist topic.
No, it's
feel
not
left out.
about it's not about being weak. And you know what? This is a good way to talk about the book, The Superior Man. I'm recommending that book to you guys if you haven't read it. The Superior Man.
Ella talk about 20.
Yeah, man. Ella talk about there, man.
I tell them several times, and I tell you one time, and you get the book. I'm tell them money about 40 times. I know them not read it.
Now that I hear it, we're gonna have it in our house.
Exactly.
Yes, it's a very good book, and it really helps to put things into perspective. So whether male or female, right? We all have male and female dominance in us. But females tend to be more emotionally charged than men. So right now is whatever they're feeling at that moment. So this moment I want to hold you and strangle you and pop your head off, and then the next minute I'm coming, oh baby, I love you. That's just how women are.
Yeah.
So they're not rationalizing what's really going on. Most of the time it's just
emotions. At this moment.
I'm glad that you are female said this.
And that me not saying no. That me not saying every. I first ever hear a female say that out of their mouth.
Yes.
That's what I'm feeling at this moment.
Every time me open my mouth, I'd say females tend to be more emotional. People look at me like, yo, be careful you're doing that. So glad to be the first a female to say this. But me agree because that's my opinion.
So just to share this, and the reason I'm gonna say this topic is sexist because me experience it to the point where me have a thing where me keep going back to relationships when feeling of the past because me I try fix or it's comfortable. You understand me? And while we're there, so I'm gonna pull up Maslow's hierarchy of needs. All right, so you have breathing, food, water, sex. So you have the physical needs, then you have the safety needs, and then you have the love and belonging. Then you get to self-esteem, and then you have self-actualization. As we get more successful in our life, we can't get to self-actualization if we don't have a sense of belonging, relationship, and all of that. And that's how somehow we make it in our life financially, and move up the ladder and whatever they do. If them now somebody fit do it, them are go miserable. It's hard for them to achieve self-actualization, which is at the next step, because it affect how them see themselves or how them feel about themselves. And because of that, you can't get to self-actualization. So it's not just about a female thing, even though we know we are focused, we are asked the ladies about it. Male also experience it. And if we don't, one of the things that helped me big time at therapy, if me never got through therapy and I got through therapy to help me to feel good about myself, a lot of the relationships them would never work, would have jump back into them because me that continue the cycle as soon as built that one relation.
Is it that you feel like accountable for it? You feel like you are the failure in it, so you have a responsibility to go back and try to repair it? Or
me always are looking at myself. I say, what me could I do better? What me never do? And because of that.
Yeah.
But it goes back to the point of when we talk about the superior man, it talk about the different traits that male and female have those traits. So in Nicholas, I feel like that's the female trait putting for dominance right there, kind of self.
The female trait, I'm a boss.
Of course,
the female trait. But we get to answer. We get to
a female trait.
We get to answer the emotional side of me.
Yeah,
not the female emotional side of me. The female trait of me.
The female trait.
Yeah. But you're right. You're right.
Yeah. That's the part that is being more pronounced. So now you say, what me could I do? Because women are more than often the person doing that. Like, what did I do wrong? Maybe I did something. What I can do better? Let me go back and try fix. And so now you're just not confident that you can just move on.
Yeah.
Good point.
So that's how we do and share. As we are trying to pursue. It's nice to have that person, but if we're not secure in ourselves, and that's how the therapy helped me, if we're not secure in myself, then me I go keep going back and keep regaining, doing the same cycle over and over. Even if it's not with the same person, it's the same characteristics.
Because that you draw that energy.
Yeah. We have a bridging where them man, them call him, nah, I go put it out there. But them man, they fall in love every week. Right?
What?
Every week, them man they fall in love because they man look for that. It's not it's not a man where, to my understanding, we're just out there asleep with everybody. It is where them call me a serial monogamist. Soon as one relationship done, I want in our next relationship without dealing with the issues and growing and learning about myself and improving myself. And then I wonder why them now work. And are them things that we have to be mindful of. So it's not just female, men experience it too. It's just that men a lot of time we're not open enough to share. Say, yo, this me I deal with now, this me I struggle with, And because of that, we keep repeating the cycle and people look like you out there use people. No, me I date a bunch of people, but it's one at a time. It's not me I date a bunch of people at the same time. And that
stick up in. What is dating? Because now we kind of still confused about the dating thing there.
We can talk about that off the air. I don't know if you want.
Yeah, we are going to talk about that. Because we can't keep going, but if you say, yo, we have to bring you back for our next episode.
Yeah.
What do you think?
The two females, because I feel like there's so much we never really touch.
I mean, like that conversation that we have, that relationship, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who
there's a little bit more.
You know I mean? Yeah, get a more
really touch.
Yeah, get more of an insider in this females' mind.
And Kiki too quiet. No need to ruffle our feathers to a little bit. So
Yeah, we are gonna bring them back. We are bring them back. So deal with it.
So people move so to enjoy the episode. Of course, we have Nyanda from the Harvesters. You know what I mean? And we have Kiki from KIKI'S creation. You see me? You have the man name, you know Ella or like Flatbridge. You see me?
Big boomer.
I have everything over there in Canada will never get cold because it's always summer, it's always nice over there. You see me?
Yo,
Yeah,
pause.
Yeah.
Pause information.
People, if you don't subscribe to the YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yaad&Abroad podcast, the baddest podcast in our world. Subscribe to all of the podcast platforms. You see me? Follow us on all of the social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Yaad&Abroad podcast. I know the thing go. Give thanks to all the listeners. Them give thanks for the guests.
Yes.
Sis.
Both of them.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Appreciate it. Give thanks again. I don't know the thing.
Bless.